morning, family. How is everyone doing? And Team Effort Network. Hi, guys. I missed you, family, last week, but I have to say I had a good time taking a few days off, enjoying my children, getting a body massage out of my beautiful brand new Mercedes Benz. I tell you, boys, 10 is the place to be. We are going into a culture of fun, family, and financial freedom, and we are living life to the fullest. Well, how is everyone doing? Let me hear your name. Who's on the call with me today? The line is open. Somebody get started today. Whitener. Good morning, Miss Diane Waver. How are you, sis?
I'm blessed. So thankful to have you back with us. We missed you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for taking the lead in the call last week.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Good to hear your voice this morning, girl. It's a beautiful day in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is, sweetheart.
Beautiful.
It is.
Sun is shining. The sky is blue. I tell you, it's a perfect day. Well, come on, family. Keep it going. Who else is with us this morning? Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from? Michigan and Mr. Sheila Taylor. That's Duffy from Atlanta, Maryland. Woo-hoo! Go ahead, Miss Sheila McDuffie. How are you this morning, lady? Doing wonderful. How are you? It's good to hear you. Thank you. It's good to hear you know the energy you're bringing this morning. I know you're out there praying somebody. I am. Good to have you here, lady. Come on, family. Keep it going. Who's with us this morning?
Bishop Hatfield, Maryland.
Hi, Bishop. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
I know you're doing easy like Sunday morning, right, Bishop?
Like Sunday morning, I tell you.
Good to hear you this morning, Bishop.
Good to be here.
I know you're working on winning that convertible Mercedes. You're getting close to it, Bishop.
Oh, yes. October is my date.
October is it. I want to ride. I want to top down, too, Bishop.
You be the first one.
Thank you, sir. Keep it coming, family. What is with us this morning? Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from? Come on, family. You're down to the... Hi. Come on. How are you, sir?
Doing great.
How are you this morning?
Magnificent day. It's good to hear you back. I hope you enjoyed your time.
Sir.
Oh, yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time off. Good.
I really did. I did. So we all need to take some time and enjoy the life. I mean, we work and we build a business, but every now and then take a couple of days and enjoy yourself, right, Paul?
Yeah, 100% right. 100% right.
Well, good to hear you this morning, sir.
Thank you. Good to hear you as well.
Thank you.
This is George from Detroit.
Hi, George. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, Pastor Denise? Good to hear your voice.
Thank you, George. It's good to hear you this morning, sir.
Thank you.
Good to hear you. Well, sir, we're going to mute on just a few. Who else is with us?
Ainsley County, Brooklyn, New York.
Woo-hoo! Brooklyn is in the room. Hey, Ainsley, how are you, sir?
I am so blessed as usual. It's nice to know that you're taking a little break.
I knew you would like that, Ainsley. Yes. Brooklyn is in the house. Good morning. Woo! Oh, yeah. You know we're Sabrina, I'm giving you a call today. Sabrina, I'm giving a reach out to you today.
Fantastic. I'm waiting. I'll be by the phone.
I know. It's burning up.
Burning it up.
Good morning.
All callers are muted.
Wow, what a blessing here. All the wonderful voices calling this morning with excitement and enthusiasm and energy. I have to tell you guys are taking your vitamins straight. Now, I don't know whether that's still energy, whether it's D boost or the D or the Super 10 or whichever one it is, but you guys got the energy this morning, and this is a great place to be. You know, we here, this is Monday morning, so welcome to Motivational Monday. So we all can tell that we have grown. We were thin and we are growing, but we have grown into a culture of fun, family, and financial freedom, because every time you speak with someone that's in Team Up and Network, you're going to hear the energy, you're going to hear the fun. You're going to hear the family relationship, and you're going to hear about the financial freedom. And this is exactly where we are right now. Do you remember last year when Melville and Amy, when they first bought the vitamin spray to the market, and we did our first conference call on the Team Up the Lifestyle call about vitamin sprays? And Melville said, I wanted everyone to make this confession. And I think it was in the month of January. He said, this year is going to be your best financial year yet. Remember when he said that? And everyone made that confession. This year is going to be our best financial year yet. But you know what, family? He said yes, because that was 2013. But this is 2014. And he said yes because it didn't stop in 2013. That confession goes on to this year. So I'm going to unmute the line. I want everyone to say, this year is going to be my best financial year yet. You ready for that? And when you say it like you mean it. Because just like Bishop Nichols said, when you put it out there, it's going to come back to you. So I'm going to unmute the line. We're going to say, this year is going to be my best, or we can say our best financial year yet. You ready? Here's that.
All callers are unmuted.
This is my best year.
All callers are muted.
I'm in total agreement with each and every one of you. You know, when anything touching the grand and anything here on earth, it is done. Twin, I'm going to bring up my business partner right here. Dr. Bill, CCQ qualified, 1-star. Business partner, are you there this morning, sir?
Hey, partner, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be back.
Yeah, you been road traveling and enjoying the grandkids, enjoying the kids?
I said kids and the grandkids. I've had everybody else's kids.
I know, right? Well, you know, you have to do that to get them all ready for the new year, get them ready for their school year, and, you know, you got to take that time away to do the mommy thing and the grandma thing. That's always good. But we're so glad to have you back on the call, you know, to have your energy and your freshness back. Good to have you back.
Thank you, Twin. Because remember last year when Mel said that 2013 was going to be our best financial year yet? You remember? I know you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I was there. I remember when he said it. We were in Concord, California.
Yeah.
And he was just now not quite introducing the new division, but just kind of giving us some hints about the new division. And as he was talking about that, he said, this year is going to be our best year yet. And, you know, you look at it over the last 12 months from the time that he made that statement, and I know it's been my best financial year. It's been your best financial year. It's been a lot of people's best financial year, just because we first believed what he said. Second, we got involved in this new division, and we just really worked really, really hard. And, look at where we are now with, we have teams all over the country. We got great leaders in our, in the business with, Mr. T and Kevin Vaughn, Vicky Soto, John P.V., and, you got Nikisha Bond in the West Coast. And, you got so many people, out of Detroit. And now you really got Pennsylvania's coming back alive now as well. So, I mean, hey, you got Brooklyn, New York on the line. They up there. I mean, could you have imagined when we made that confession that, we would meet all of these wonderful people, and we have met all of these wonderful people throughout the country. Many who are part of our team, others who are just part of 10, but not a part of our specific teams. And just to see, you look at, Cheryl Church and Pat Lowe and Melissa Honeybee and Cassie and all of these folks out of the North Carolina team, including, we had on the call Friday, Barry Hackle. I mean, who would have thought we'd have met all of these fabulous people as a result of just making that confession and staying in this business and building this business. It's been a fabulous year, and next year is going to even be better.
You know what, Twin, the great thing about this business, because like you said, there's so many wonderful, beautiful people we've met. But what makes that really special we have a big event coming up. And I just can't stress enough how important it is for everyone that's a part of 10 to be at the big event. You all don't know what you're missing when you do not connect with the big event. I was remembering what Ken and Scott said last week. You know, Ken Booster and Scott were on the call a couple of weeks ago on Vicky's team. And Ken, he's been in the industry for 50 years. He's been in the industry for 50 years. And he says he never cancels a meeting and he never misses a big event. And as busy as his schedule is, and I know his schedule is busy crazy, he's going to be here September the 27th. He's coming in to be here on September the 27th for the big event. And we've got to come together at the big event because that's when we can embrace one another, meet one another, exchange numbers, exchange smiles and hugs and kisses. And it's just where the family really connects and grows stronger. We bond stronger. If you remember what Ken said, a family business are the businesses that last longer and grow stronger. And this is one big family, and we want to see everyone in the family there. And so we're just praying that you're really taking it seriously to be there at the Gaylord here in our nation's capital on September the 27th for the East Coast Regional event. Mel and Amy Kill, all the great leaders you hear on the call, all the trainers, all the wonderful people that's part of 10 are going to be there. Now, I do want to give you the number for those who haven't blocked your room because those rooms are going to be available for this week only. So if you have not blocked your room, you got to get it before the 26th of this week because we're going to turn it back over to the Gaylord. I think there's a few rooms left. So the number for that, if you have a pen and paper right quick, is 877-382-7299. 877-382-7299. Call that number to Gaylord. The group name is 10-Team Effort, just 10 Team Effort, to get the special rate for the Gaylord. And get a roommate. Get a couple of roommates. You don't share the cost in that. It's going to cost you, but if you get a few roommates, it's going to be fun. And you all can have fun in that room in between the events that's going to be taking place for that weekend. There are other hotels in the surrounding area, but I say the ones that are like across the street from the Gaylord and a couple of blocks away, believe it or not, we have the best price. We've already checked. The Gaylord's offering the best price. We want to be in the same location so we can really fellowship together in between the meetings. I want to give you Maureen Smith's phone number in case you have a problem getting your room booked. As you can call Executive Founding Member Maureen Smith. She's at 703-989-6254. And get your rooms booked. Come on, let's make this a big family event. There's going to be some wonderful announcements made. We understand we have a new spray that's going to be introduced. I don't know if it's going to be introduced on the 27th. I don't see why not. But I can't say if it's going to be right, Cliff. I can't say what it's going to be introduced for the 27th, but I tell you what, I'm excited to know what that new spray is going to be. I'm very excited. And
well, it's always, but it's always exciting that when Mel and Amy, we do every 90 days, there's something big come down the pike. In addition to the compensation plan or a new product coming online. And let me just add a piggyback on what you said about being at the event. If you could choose anything this year to do to invest in your business, September 27th would be the thing you want to do. You want to make an investment in your business. You want to grow your business. You want to make sure that the next 12 months is going to be your best financial year yet. You need to be where the players are. You need to be where people who are making the money in this company, the people who are building teams in this company, the great leaders in this company, this is where you're going to get the biggest push for your business. It's because it's in these type of settings where the big players are. And I always say this because it's real and it's true. And, you don't have to come to big events to be successful in this company. You can avoid them. But you know what? Everybody who is successful in this business always goes to big events. Okay? So, word to the wise.
I tell you, I got butterflies already about that event. I'm excited. Well, let's bring on our coach for the day, because, boy, she brings it. I tell you, I'm excited excited, always excited when Coach Nikisha comes on and gives us some wonderful tools to put in our toolbox that we can continue to grow from facts to faith to action. So, Coach Nikisha Bond, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous over here, and I am so excited about the Gaylord. I was there, I don't remember when it was, maybe like 6 months or 8 months ago. It's a beautiful hotel. The staff is wonderful. The rooms are amazing, and you know what? Every time we get together, it is always a fun time. So you guys have to make sure you go in your back office, get your tickets. I know Kevin Vaughn's got a bus going, so give him a call, too, see if he can hitch a ride on his bus if you don't know how to get out there. But you got to make sure you're there, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. So, Coach, what are you bringing us today? I'm ready. Go ahead. Take it over.
All right, let's do this thing. Okay, so I know I've been telling you guys I wanted to do this training because I found it absolutely fascinating. It's about different personality types. And so this is really, really important when it comes to your business because I think we've all been taught is, you know, the golden rule, do unto others as you'd have them do unto yourself. But, you know, after this training, one of the things I realized is that you can't always treat people the way that you treat yourself because you are probably going to be a lot different in your personality than other people. So, you know, I'm going to do a little bit about why that's important. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story of how I found this, that I'm much different from a lot of people. And then we're going to go into the different personality types. So today, unlike sometimes, you know, I can just sit here and talk and you can get some generalizations, but you're really going to want to write this down today because I'm going to go through a lot of things and you have to draw a little graph and to find out where your personality type fits. And I want to just preface this and say, you know, this isn't going to fit everybody. So don't, you know, feel bad if you fall into one category and you want it to be in another. And all of us have a little bit of all these colors inside of us. So don't feel upset if you feel like, well, that's not 100% who I am. I'm a little bit more of this and that. Yes, we're all going to have a little blend of it, but let's just pick the ones that you lean a little bit closer to. Okay. So people come from 4 predominant behavioral flavors. They correspond to different colors. So the colors are going to be red, yellow, green, and blue. Now, there's some really fancy names that I can't pronounce. Hold on, let me see if I can do. Phlegmatic, melancholy, caloric, and I'm missing one. And sanguine. So we're not going to call them. We're going to call them colors because it's a lot easier to remember it that way. And so once you're able to recognize them, you'll understand what they need and you'll connect and persuade with people with greater ease and speed. So when you meet someone, there's 2 factors that are present. There's tension and cooperation. So if your tension level is high, then your cooperation level is going to be low. And on the other hand, if the tension is low, the cooperation level is going to be high. So what does that mean? It means that you know how you meet people and sometimes you have these people and you're like, man, I have such a connection with you. And you feel like you can open up your soul and just talk to them and you guys just relate on this whole nother level. And then there's some people you meet and you're like, no, not having it. You're not one of those people that I get along with. And that's where that tension level is really, really high. So you cooperating with them, wanting to hear what they have to say, what kind of business that they're talking about or opportunity that they're talking about, it's going to be really, really low. Versus if you meet somebody that you instantly get along with, you know, you're going to be really open. Cooperation is going to be high. You're going to be like, yeah, I want to know exactly what you're doing. That sounds absolutely amazing. So the more that we learn how to recognize different personality types, the more we can do something that they... Oh, hello? If you can go ahead and mute out, that'd be great, just so we can have a nice, clear line. And I don't forget my train of thought. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. Kind of forgot where I was going, but when we have the cooperation level that's really, really high, you're able to get along with people. They're able to listen to what you have to say. Oh, and what I was going to say was then you can do something called mirroring. So you know how you meet someone and you feel like they kind of copy your moves? That's kind of what we do in this business when we're out there talking to people. Because if you come on to people, and here's, for example, if I come and I meet somebody and my personality type is A and their personality type is B, and I'm coming on really aggressive and really strong, and they're one of those people who doesn't like really aggressive, really strong people, they're instantly going to close off and not want to hear what I have to say. But if I can recognize that they're one of those people who doesn't like aggressive people, I can change my behavior, start to mirror their behavior, which is going to make them feel more comfortable, which is going to take the tension level down, make the cooperation higher. So the reason that this works is because people don't really like change. I've told you that. You know, I'm definitely a person of that. I don't like to change, like my furniture. It really makes me uncomfortable when I come home and my furniture's all moved around. But David, he loves to change the furniture around. He'll come home, I'm trying it over here. I'm trying it over there. I'm like, just leave it where it was. It was fine. So, people would rather stay in their comfort zone if possible. And second, people tend to do business with people that they like, they know, and they trust. People develop rapport more quickly with those that they see to be like themselves. That's part of the reason why we're becoming very polar. I'm not going to get into this, but that's why we're becoming so polarized in politics, because you have the internet, and it allows you to associate with people who believe the same things that you believe, who think the same way that you think, which means that we then become very settled and stern in our ways and become very polar opposites of people. But that's just human nature, is that we like to be around people that we trust. We like to be around people who we believe are just like ourselves. So when you have a basic understanding of human nature, you'll be able to benefit, not only in your network marketing business, but also in your whole entire life. When you understand these different languages, think about it. If you go to another country, you find someone who speaks your language, who are you going to spend more time with? The person who doesn't speak your language or the person who does speak your language? So, like I said, don't worry about which colors you fall into. Just go with the flow. So first, I'd like you to draw. This is where you need a piece of paper. I need you to draw a line, a horizontal line, left to right. On the left side, I want you to write indirect, and on the right side, I want you to write direct. So let's talk about the differences between indirect and direct. You can find out which one that you fall in. And like I said, just pick the ones that seem like they most fit your personality, even if you feel like you could draw from both. So, the differences between indirect and direct is if you are indirect, you approach risk and change more and decisions more slowly, whereas people who are direct tend to approach risk and change and decisions more quickly. People who are indirect move at a slower pace in general, and people who are direct are fast. The people who are just like on it, and they're like, hey, this. We're going to be a little bit more of a direct person. An indirect person's handshake is going to be a little bit gentler, while a direct person's handshake is going to be a little bit more firm. Indirect people are a lot more patient than people who are direct. Also, people who are indirect keep their opinions private, versus people who are direct, they offer their opinions openly, even if you don't ask them. People who are indirect, they tend to follow the rules. They'll ask advance before they do something. And people who are direct, they tend to bend the rules. And they figure they'll go ahead and just do it, and then they'll ask for forgiveness later. Ask for forgiveness rather than permission. People who are more indirect, we call them introverts. They're a little bit more shy, a little bit more quiet. People who are direct are more extroverts. And these people are a little bit more outgoing. So, another way of explaining this is personality type. So a personality type that was a type A personality would be a direct person. A person who had a type B personality would be an indirect person. So just think about those different descriptions and try and circle which one you feel like you're a little bit more. And that's on the horizontal line. Okay, so now you need to draw a vertical line. That's from the top to the bottom. And on the top, you're going to write open. And on the bottom, you're going to write self-contained. Okay, so let's figure out which one you fall in a little bit more into. Okay, so people who are open tend to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more warm. People who are self-contained seem to be tense and even a little cold, maybe a little distant at times. People who are open are really into relationships. They're very relationship-oriented versus people who are self-contained. They're much more task-oriented. I want to get this done, this done, this done, this done, this done. Oh, yeah, hi, how are you? And this done, and this done, and this done. Okay, so that's the difference. People who are open, they're more spontaneous, while people who are self-contained are much more structured. They're going to have lists. They're going to have timelines. They're going to have agendas. People who are more flexible with their time are open versus people. You can interrupt them at any time. They go with the flow. They veer off the subject. They go into one subject after the other. People who are more self-contained, they're much more disciplined about their time. They don't want you to waste their time. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you got. Let's go. They have a hard time when people get off the subject if they're more direct. I just want to stay on the task. What did you call me for? Hey, how are you? Got it. Okay, good. Thanks. Have a nice day. They call it wasting your time when you're sitting around, and people who are just, talking, and they really don't like that. People who are open tend to share their feelings more openly, where people who are self-contained tend to hide their feelings. So based on that information, go with the thing that goes first with you. Would you say that you are more open or more open or self-contained? Are you more indirect or more direct? So go ahead and I'll give you a couple seconds to think about that. I was hoping that we could talk about, once we get into the different personalities, that we can talk about if you are one personality, how do you deal with the other personalities? I don't think we're going to have enough time, so we can do that next week. So you guys already know your training for next week. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you got that done. Okay, so here it is. Now, I don't want anybody to get upset. Don't get mad. This is just, theory, but it tends to hold true. And I think the more important is that how do you recognize this in other people so you know exactly how to deal with them? Okay, so you are yellow if you are open and indirect. Yellows are more open and indirect. Blues are also open, but they're more direct. Greens are self-contained and indirect, and reds are self-contained and direct. So you have open and direct is yellow. Open and indirect is yellow. Open and direct is blue. Self-contained and indirect is green. Self-contained and direct is red. Okay, so hopefully you have your personality types on. Let's go a little bit into what each of those mean and how you're going to deal with these types of personalities. So yellow. People who are yellow are very, very friendly. They're like the best friend you ever had. They love hugs. They're warm. They're easy to talk to. They don't like confrontation. They definitely do not like pushy people. They're very into nature. They like to relax. They come home, they take off their clothes, they get into some comfortable clothes, some comfortable shoes. They have a comfortable car that's got all those little buttons and amenities so that their ride is nice and comfortable. They're very romantic. They said that yellows are probably the best lovers because they're very romantic. They like those candlelit dinners. They want to sit down and talk to you and share your feelings with each other. They tend to be in the teaching professions or the helping professions. They're very family-oriented, and they always have lots of pictures around. So you need a yellow, probably the person who says, how many kids do you have? I have 2. Oh, you have any pictures? They'll whip them out of their wallet. They always have the pictures around them. So these are yellows. They're associated with water. Their temperament is a little bit inward and private, but they're very thoughtful and reasonable, calm, patient, caring, and tolerant. They have a very rich inner life, and they like the quiet, peaceful atmosphere. They're content with being with themselves. So that's really a yellow. And so when you're dealing with these people, one of the things that's most important is that they don't like to talk business first. They want to get to know you. They want to say, let's have a relationship. Let's really, who your family? What's going on with you? What's going on in your life? How do you feel about this? So with yellow, you never want to rush right into the business. They're probably going to want to know a little bit more about the products, but really they're going to know what have they done for people, how are they helping people. This is really more of a yellow type. So you have to remember when you meet someone who kind of has some of these characteristics and you're thinking, oh, yeah, this person is a yellow, you're going to want to just hold back a little bit, give them some time. Let's just talk it out. Let's just form our relationship. Let's build our bond together, and then we can start talking about it. These are going to be some of the people who are in your business who are really going to help your business grow because they're the ones who are going to bring everyone into the fold. They're going to say, hey, you guys, this is a great family. We love each other here, and this is just such great people to be around. And they're really into building those relationships, which is what this business is based on. So that's what your yellows are, okay? So now let's talk about your blues. Your blues, their goal is to have fun. If we are not having fun, it is not happening. They are expressive, artistic. They love to talk. These are your talkers. You get on the phone with the blue, and they're going to be like, they are organized clutter. So you go into their house, everything is everywhere, but they can tell you exactly where everything is. They are your promoters. These are the people that you want in your business who are going to be promoting your business because they're going to be walking around, hey, how's it going? Yeah, we're having so much fun over here at Team Effort Network. You got to get over here and see what's going on. Let me tell you a little bit. Yeah, that's your blues. They are charming. They are very persuasive. They're great storytellers. So they tell a story, and they are just la, 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 and you're just enthralled with them. They also are very open, so they like dealing with relationships first. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Let's go have fun together. Let's go hang out. Yeah, let's see what they're doing over here. This place is having. Oh, yeah, so that's your blues. They like to drive fast cars. Their temperament is associated with air. They're very playful, lively, sociable, carefree, talkative, pleasure-seeking, warm-hearted, optimistic. They make new friends really easily. They're imaginative. So who are the blues? The blues are the ones that are going to love love TTPs. They want to go to a TTP. They want to have fun. They want to hear the music playing. They want to get everybody up, get everybody dancing, get everybody having fun. They don't need very many details about the business. They don't need very many details about the product. They just want to know that we're having fun over here, that we're making money over here, that we're doing big things over here. They just, that's the blue personality. And so when you're dealing with the blue and you're going to talk to them, the last thing they want to sit down is hear a whole bunch of, well, the products have this, and here's the compensation plan, and here's the binary, and if you want, they just want to know, give me an overall gist of it, and then let's get back to having fun. So you want to remember when you're talking to blues, let's make it about fun. They're going to be the people that want to come out to the TTP parties. They're going to want your TTP parties to be having fun. They're going to want to go to other people's TTP parties. They want to go to big events, and they're going to get up in the front, and they're going to dance, and they're just going to want to have fun. And they're just going to want to do this because it's such an amazing opportunity, and it's so great, and I get to meet all these people and socialize with these people. They're going to work the room. So those are your blues. And you want to make sure that you give them an environment where they can have a lot of fun. 101 probably not going to be for a blue. 101 may be good for a yellow, but for a blue, you're going to want to get them to a TTP and let them have some fun. So those are your blues. Okay, so your greens. Your greens, they like to be right. They're very detail-oriented. They like facts. They like analysis. They're very rational. They're not touchy and feeling. They don't really like hugs. Tell me what you need. Get to the point. Schedule. They like to have a schedule. If you're going to have a TTP, you need to have a schedule. You need to tell them what's going to happen at first. They're going to have know what happens second. When are they going to be taking their breaks? How long is this speaker going to be speaking? And that speaker better not go over their time, because if they do, you're going to make a green very upset. They want you to be very specific. Tell me exactly what's in the product. Tell me exactly how many milligrams or milliliters is in the product. What exactly will I get for 8 sprays versus 4 sprays? And, okay, you said that I should use 5 sprays of the vitamin D, which is 2,000 IUs. If I happen to use 6 sprays, exactly how many IUs would I be consuming at that time? These are your greens. They're going to be kind of scientists, engineers, computer programming. They want economical, reliable cars. They're very serious, introverted, cautious, even a little bit suspicious. They become, very preoccupied with the facts. They want to know exactly how the compensation plan pays out. Not just get 2 on your left and your right. If I get 2, how am I going to get paid for that 1 and that 2? And what's the probability of us growing to this? And what is the attrition rate? And how long has your business been around? And have these products to have scientific basis? Exactly how do you confirm or deny that these testimonials are true? These are green personalities. Nothing wrong, because they get really into the details about stuff. They really want to know exactly what they're getting into. They need a lot of information for them to make a decision. So those are your green personalities. They're going to be very self-contained, so you're not going to want to give them a lot of hugs. You're going to want to give them lots of facts. If you meet someone and you say, yeah, I know someone who kind of fits that one, you want to give them lots of facts, lots of data, statistics. Don't just tell them to Google Garcinia Cambogia. Give them all the different sites of all the different test studies that have gone out. If you're going to talk about vitamin D, you want to give all the little studies that you've seen, where you cite those information from. You want to go through the compensation plan in very detail with them. Maybe not at a TTP, but they're going to be the ones who want to go to a one-on-one and see it laid out, see the compensation plan laid out. John Peavy has a really great chart that talks about simple duplication, talks about if you get 2 and they get 2 and they get 2 and how that pays out. They're going to want to see that chart. They're going to want to know the attrition rate on that chart. When you have your greens in the audience, you want to make sure you give them a schedule, let them know what's going on, let them know how long this is going to be. They don't like it when it runs over. So, when you say you're going to have a TTP and it's going to be an hour, they want it to be done in an hour. At 8:30, it's 8:33 now. They've gotten off the call, so they don't even hear me talking right now because you said it's an 8:30 call, so they're done at 8:30. So those are your green personalities. And you can even see how I'm trying to show you how you can adapt to these different personalities, because you're going to want to talk to them a little bit differently. You're going to want to give them facts. You're going to make sure they feel comfortable. And the way you make them feel comfortable when they're in your group is just give them lots of information. Oh, we're going to be at the Gaylord? Okay, so where is the Gaylord? How long does it take to get there? How long will the meeting be? What time should I get there? They're going to want to know all those things. Okay. And the last one is a red. So your reds are your power players. They are motivated by money and challenges. Those are the people who see those promotions and they're like, I'm getting that because that's money and their challenge. Those are the people that you're going to do a fluff give and say, fluff slam. You're going to say, you know what, Pastor Dale is a great guy. He's bringing in lots of people in the business, but I don't think that he can bring in 10 people in 1 month. the Pastor Dale will go out there and kill 10 people just because of that challenge, and he's motivated by money. I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying that's the example. They want to be at the task at hand. Do not waste their time. You call me. What do you want? What do you need? How can I get it for you? Thank you. Have a nice day. Get off the phone. They don't like hugs. They don't like people to cry in public. They think it's very embarrassing for people to cry in public. Get your stuff together. We're out in public. Do your business. They're very controlling. They like to control the situations. They're the people who are going to come into your business, and they're going to say, I'm not doing your marketing plan. I'm doing this marketing plan because I know this is going to work. They're your CEOs, your entrepreneurs, presidents of companies. They like to stay on the task. You tell me that we're going to have a meeting, and this person is going to speak. Let's talk about that, and don't talk about anything else. Just get to that point, and let's move on. Don't say something in 30 minutes when it only takes you 15 minutes. You know, they're very productive. They want it done yesterday. Don't do something today. Don't do tomorrow what you can do today. Do it now. It should have already been done, in fact. You know, these are the people, it's associated with fire. So these people are egocentric. They're extroverted. They're very excitable. They're impulsive. They're restless. They're reserved, aggression, energy, passion that they try and instill in others. They tend to be task-oriented. They focus on getting the job done efficiently. Their motto is just do it now. They're ambitious, strong-willed. They like to take charge. They can show leadership. They're good at planning. They're often practical and solution-oriented, and they appreciate receiving respect and esteem for their work. Now, the great thing about Reds is you would think that these would be the great people in the business, right? They're on fire. They're entrepreneurial, but these are also the people who are probably going to use the most because they're not very coachable. They're not very amenable to the system. They hear what you have to say, and they say, I think I can do it better. And they go off and they try and do it better. And they tend to get frustrated with network marketing because it doesn't bend to traditional business rules. And so these are a lot of the people that you kind of let them go on their own way. You give them an outline of what they're supposed to do, and, hey, you hope that they do it. But most likely or not, if they don't like it, they're not going to do it. And so when you have a meeting and you have Reds in the meeting, you want to make sure you get to the point. If you're doing a one-on-one with a Red, you know, don't get into too much detail about the compensation plan. Tell me what I need to know. Tell me what I need so I can grow my business, and let me go off and grow my business. You know, when they're out in your TTP parties, they want you to get to the point. They're not really interested in testimonials. 1 testimonial, okay, 2 testimonials, got it. 3 testimonials, that's too much. I don't need all that. Let's keep it moving. You know, all the dancing and the move. Okay, we don't need that. You guys are wasting time. Let's get back to why are we here? We're not here to dance. We're here to get to the point of this meeting. So those are your Reds. So I know I've gone a little bit over time, but hopefully next time we can spend a little time talking about, if you were a Red, how do you deal with the other personality types? So first, I'll let you guys know I am a Red. When I heard this, I was like, oh, yeah, that's kind of me. Yeah, I got some of those issues and some of those strengths and character personalities. And I'll just leave you with this story. You know, I was at a meeting one time, and I was going to a meeting, and I'm walking up, and there's a lot of people that are sitting around, and they're crying. And I'm like, okay, why is everyone crying? What's going on? So I go over there, and they're like, oh, my gosh, this cat. You know, somebody threw it out of the car, and you know, he's hurt his leg, and he's rolling around, and oh, my gosh, we can't find this person. I'm like, okay, yeah, but we've got a meeting right now, and you can't be worried about that cat. We got a meeting that we got to go to. So that's when I really realized that I'm definitely more of a Red. And I know a lot of people just probably screamed in anger that, oh, my gosh, you didn't care about the cat. It wasn't that. I was just so focused on the meeting that we had to go to. And I'm like, the cat's okay. You guys got him. Call the pound. Let's get him going, and let's move on to the meeting. And so I hope you were able to identify with at least one of these personality types or a couple of these personality types. But really the goal is to know who you are, one, and we'll talk about how you relate to the other people next, to the other personality types next week, but also to be able to identify this in other people. When you're talking to people, can you see some of these characteristics so that you know, okay, how can I help give them the information the way that they will receive it so that we can move our relationship, lower that tension level so that we can have more cooperation in our relationship. Okay, back to you, Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale. Sorry I went over.
Thank you, Coach Nikisha. You know, many people have asked before about those different personalities, those yellows, those blues, those greens, and those reds. And I tell you one thing, whenever I get a green, my partner would tell you I send them right to him. I send all the greens to Pastor Dale. I say it all the time. And I look at these colors, you know, these different, you know, colors and personalities, and I said, well, which one am I? I said, well, I can't really trust it, so well, just call me Colors. So look at all of them. So I'm Colors. So thank you so much. I love that. That's good information to know, especially when you're prospecting, because you need to know who your customer is and what they want, and you don't want to be, and you may not be the personality for the prospect that you're going after. But the beauty about this business, if you're not, guess what? You have so many people in the family that you can call on, that you can let them prospect for you. Like when I get a green, I just call Pastor, look, I need you to talk to this one for me. Now I know if I get a red, I can call Nikisha. See? That's how it works now. That's how we grow. That's good business. I love it. Well, let's come on, partner. Pastor Dell, are you there?
No, I hung up at 8:30. Well, I'll tell you that is you're absolutely correct. You know, when you can understand the personality types of people you're dealing with, it's going to help you do a lot better business with them, because you'll know what their buttons are. You'll know what their hot buttons are. And you're able to deal with them. So I think it's great having that information, that knowledge. We use it a lot in the ministry and in other things that we do. And what we find is that people who know how to deal with people based on personalities are more successful. Like Pastor D said, when she gets a green, she's not going to even try to deal with that, because there are going to be questions that matter to the green that don't matter to her. They're going to ask her questions she had never even thought about. And they're going to be like, "You've been in the business for a year and you haven't thought about that?" No. So you got to know, you got to have people that you can pair people with. So you can be more successful. And that's why the three-way calls are so important, Mr. T and I did a three-way call the other day, and we constantly send each other on three-way calls. He calls me for three-way, I call him for three ways, and we're both successful in the business. We can do our calls, but that third-party validation with somebody that's paired up with that like-minded personality, it just helps close the deals much, much quicker, and the people can relate to green. They know what questions are coming. They know what's important to those individuals, and they're able to answer and able to keep track with them. So great job again, Coach Nikisha. Monday is always a powerful day when we have you on giving us some great teachings. Thanks again.
Love it. I tell you, so take advantage. This information is very good, and it really validates the power of using the three-way call. Think about the personality. The next time you get someone on the phone, and they go into a skill that you're not familiar with, think of who you can call that fits that person's personality and have a successful call, because they're going to get them in the business for you. Nikisha, thank you. I love it. Let's go on to the UK. Anita Poole, are you there with our folks for today?
Yes, I'm here, Denise. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you today?
I'm great. Welcome back. It's great to have you back. You're such a fantastic host, Denise, as well as leader and member of TEI. It's really great to have you back. And, thank you so much, Diane and Dale. Diane always fills in so greatly for you, and she's a wonderful host as well. So thank you to everyone. And we had some absolutely fantastic speakers. I know, if you got a chance to be on the calls and just listening in, even though you couldn't actually speak from where you were, I'm sure you would have listened in. But we had some great speakers last week as well. So, these are fantastic calls, folks. I make sure I'm on them either live or I catch up with Terry Whitener's recordings. So do make sure your teams, really access those recordings if they can't make it live. They're really, really important calls and very important testimonials and very important tips. So, absolutely great tips Nikisha gives us every Monday. And, really, really take notice of what she was saying. I'm an image consultant, and I can tell you what she was saying was absolutely spot on. Zig Ziglar said, people do business with people they like and trust. People buy people. Yes, they're buying the products. Yes, they're buying the opportunity. Yes, they're buying the company. Yes, they're buying the owners. Yes, they're buying the pay plan, etc. But actually, the person that they're dealing with is the person that actually influences whether they purchase or not. And that goes through to the whole of marketing, and especially this kind of marketing, because it's relationship marketing. Network marketing is relationship marketing. So those were great tips from Nikisha. At the end of the day, it's not about one personality is better than another. If you find you're a yellow, great. If you find you're a blue, great. If you find you're a green, great. If you find you're a red, great. If you find you're like myself and you're a mixture, most people are a mixture of, many of these different traits. Whether you fall bang in the middle of that graph or at one end or the other end, it doesn't matter. All that matters is recognizing where you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and then involving people to fill the gap of where your weaknesses lie, and working with people who are strong on the things that maybe you're a little weak on or that you just want backup on. And that's the advantage of the three-way call. So absolutely great. I can tell you as an image consultant, it's all about appearance, body language, communication. A, B, C, basically. And that applies to absolutely every single personality. It's about, Nikisha mentioned things like handshake, etc. Whatever your handshake is like, try and have a firm handshake. Look the person in the eye. Smile. Have open gestures, not closed gestures. That's what welcomes the business to you. It's all about matching and mirroring, watching the other person, matching and mirroring, putting them at their ease. So, Booker T. Washington said, few things can help an individual more than to place responsibility on him and to let him know that you trust him. So, once you've got the client, the prospect, or the customer interested in you because they trust you, and then they've joined up as a representative, put some responsibility onto the other person by trusting the other person, trusting in what kind of personality they are like. And that's where Nikisha's tips are so important, because once you identify the kind of personality they are, you know what to support them on and what they're strong on and what kind of character to match them up with as well. So, great tips. An ancient Indian proverb is, certain things catch your eye, but pursue those that capture your heart. And TEN has definitely captured our heart. Georgia Deere said, everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. The only thing that stops any of us having the life we want is ourselves, our fear. So walk across outside your comfort zone, outside the fear, challenge yourself and get the job done. Plato said, we can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. We have light. We have so much light ahead of us. It is just incredible. And it's all about being the product, being the opportunity, and being the light, basically. John Lennon, who really knew what it was, the whole aspect of being, said, when I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down one word, happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. There's a lot of wisdom in those words. Folks, we can be happy. We have the tools in our hand, the opportunity in our hand, the products in our hand to raise our health, raise our wealth, and with health and wealth also comes happiness. So it's all about a state of being. It's our belief and putting our belief out there. Back to you, Denise.
Wow. Thank you, Anita, for those quotes. Happy. That's the song that we play at our TTCs on Thursday night. Happy. Well, family, thank you all for being here with us today. It's a phenomenal motivational Monday morning with Coach Nikisha and the quote from Anita Poole. See you back on the call with us again tomorrow morning. Don't forget, if you haven't connected with Kevin Vaughn to get on that bus trip to get here for the East Coast Regional, please reach out to Kevin Vaughn. Get your name on that list and get on that bus. You can be here for the big event that's being planned just for you. Remember, family, this East Coast Regional is being planned for you and your guests, and you don't want to miss it. supernatural things happen at big events. Great things happen at big events, and you want to be a part of history in the making. Get in your back office to get your ticket. Be back on the call with us again tomorrow morning and hear more great, spectacular things that are happening every hour on the hour here at Team Effort Network. It's incredible. Family, I love you. Go out and have a great day on purpose. Be blessed. And know this, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all.